Security officer?
No.
Who was that?
That was the Beavercreek police officer that got in Joel's face.
Plainclothes guy.
Who were those guys?
They got corporate guys too.
Whatever.
But the one police officer, was that the one that was shaking and upset?
Yeah, he was shaking, his eyes were bulging and red shot, and he was like breathing heavily and screaming at me, saying, if I give you a lawful order, you need to listen, you need to follow directions, you know, if otherwise, he said, I'm about this close to getting you for resisting arrest.
Shooting you.
No, he was going to try to charge me with resisting arrest. And I said, I said, I understand you're upset, but all I asked was, am I being detained? And he said, you don't listen to those goons out there, or whatever, I don't know if he said goons or what, but he said, you don't listen to them out there, and if you listen to them, that's going to get you arrested. And
that's going in the story.
Now, my husband approached the officer, and it's the same officer that shoved me at the Beavercreek
well, you saw he was
Mall.
grabbing me and like
yanking on you.
It wasn't something crazy, but it wasn't nice.
Well, it is pretty crazy for a stranger with a gun just to grab you
and
try to lead you to somewhere unknown. That seems a little crazy.
A stranger who goes around carrying guns, who uses those guns to tell you, pull over when I tell you to, come with me, because I will. The threat is that I will shoot you if you don't. And by the way, I'm also well known to have a cage that I lock people in from time to time. And there's nothing to see here, folks. I mean, we would call that like a psychopath. We would call that a crazy serial killer, somebody who locks people in cages and follows them around with guns. I mean, see, here's the thing. There's a firearm here. I've never used this firearm to indicate to somebody that they're going to be in trouble if they don't obey me. I've never used this to tell someone you need to pull your car over. If I did, I should get in trouble or shot or something, you know. But that's the difference. You know, cops are open carrying and they're threatening people with their guns. And everybody's fine with that. And, you know, you open carry a gun as part of a protest to tell people and to remind the police that the power is with the people, not with the police. And everybody loses their mind over that. You know, so it's kind of odd because
it'd be interesting to see what response police would have if they didn't have a firearm.
Yeah.
You know, if they had no weapons, then what would they be? Nothing.
Well, we saw what they did when I smarted off to him and the cops came over and I said, "Don't shoot." He was a little, you know, he was like, stupid, you know, like, but he didn't want to engage us. He didn't want to come over there. He didn't want to engage other people with weapons because not only are the weapons an equalizer of power, but in our cases, this is more power. This is more firepower than what the cops have on them. So they understand. Oh shit! We have to behave ourselves with these guys. So let's get her. You know, because we want to get those other guys who came in, and they're gone. So, you know, let's just get her because we saw her standing with them. So that's what they do. They're terrorists, and terrorists go after soft targets. So they say, we don't see her with a gun. We see the other guys with a gun. And the other guys that we wanted, the men, they're gone. So let's go after her. Let's pick on her. It's what bullies do. It's what terrorists do. And it's what cops do.
All right, we're going to get